Hello, hello, hello. What ho! Welcome back to another exciting adventure of mustachioed reactions. I'm your host, Travis Finley, on the Ubercaste. Mustachioed reactions. I don't have my mustache twirled, but you know, it is what it is. I am your host, Travis Finley. This is a reaction to Infinity Chamber from 2016, written by Travis Malloy, who also wrote and directed Pandora's Box, I believe, which I wasn't a big fan of. And I've seen reactions to Pandora's Box, or I've seen other things, but as far as right now, the only thing that exists on YouTube about Infinity Chamber are simply reviews. So people are just watching the movie and then giving a review of it or whatever. But there's no reaction. I've never seen anybody react to it. So I'm doing the very first and only reaction. Now, the caveat for me is that I've seen this 100 times. So it's not a primary reaction. But it is going to be a reaction because I am going to interact with it as we go throughout the next hour and 44 minutes. So I can't remember what I've said and not said because I was doing this before and I didn't press record. So I'm remembering having said this, but I can't remember if I said it here. So please forgive me if I have to edit this part out or whatever. I think that this movie should be categorized as a psychological thriller. This movie is a psychological thriller, and I love it. So as opposed to science fiction. So if you look this up on YouTube, as a matter of fact, this is what I haven't said yet. This is what I said before. So because this is a reaction to Infinity Chamber, and I've already seen it, I'm going to be giving spoilers. I'm going to be breaking the wall. I'm going to be revealing Easter eggs. I'm going to be talking about my interpretation of this, that, or the other thing, or whatever. So if you have not seen Infinity Chamber, then stop what you're doing right now. Go to this link right here. Okay? And watch it. And then come back. Because otherwise, this is not going to make any... Why would you do that? Why would you not watch a movie... but watch my reaction to a movie you haven't watched? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so Infinity Chamber, written by Travis Malloy, starring Soren Kelly, I think, and I can't remember what the girl's name, Miranda maybe. But it's a very minimalist set, and it's just well written. It's well shot. It's well edited, and I noticed a lot more in the editing yesterday when I listened to it and not watch. I just laid down and just closed my eyes and just listened to the entire movie. And it was like just this, Dolby, it was just surround sound. I was hearing things that I'd never heard before, just nuances of sound. And the soundtrack, in my opinion, is a cast member in this movie. This soundtrack is amazing, and the bossa nova, is that what it's called? The bossa nova, the scenes with the bossa nova jazz are I just love them. Anyway, so this is not going to be a typical reaction because I've already seen this. This is going to contain massive spoilers, and I would love to engage with you in the comment section because I would love to see what you see if I haven't seen what you've seen. So this would be an amazing video to keep up and hopefully get some traction with people who enjoy psychological thrillers. But this is called Infinity Chamber. Well, if you've already seen it, then you already know what it's about, so I don't really feel like I need to break that down. I gotta figure out how to orient my camera a little bit better because I always feel like I'm going off the side. Okay, so what am I going to do right now? If I have the microphone on, it's going to pick up stuff. I don't want to have to. All right, here we go. I'm like I'm just thinking of whether or not there's so many just these nuances. I'm just like looking at everything as this is developing. I just really love the etheric sound that's the atmosphere of this soundtrack. Just this, there's this hum, this white noise in this section right now. So what just happened right now with the sound effect was that to me there was a sound like a door opening or closing. You hear this like this inhalation or exhalation sound, right? And that is what cued his eyes to open. So in this scene, like what are we going to get exposed to in terms of clues, right? I mean, he's relatively maybe just 2 weeks into a beard, right? So he's got 2 weeks of growth. Now here is the interrogator. This is the interrogator, right? This is the entire system that sets up the simulation where they try to break his walls down to find out what they need to find out. But we're being introduced to something that remained a mystery. So he's feeling for something around his neck. He's got something that looks like a uniform. He's already got a wounded hand. Okay, so his hand is already wrapped. Christopher Soren Kelly. That is a really minimalistic bed. Look at those egg crate. Can you imagine waking up and not knowing anything about where you're at? That really overwhelmed me yesterday when I was listening to this. Just listening to the sound and just the emptiness and just realization. When he has his breakdown, I would have broken down way, way, way before that. I would have not made it that long. All right, so this is post-editing Travis. Thank you so much for hopefully watching up to this point. And if you have made it this far and you want to continue to see more of these installments, please leave a comment and let me know that you're interested in this. I enjoy doing it, but I kind of don't want to waste my time if I don't need to. But let's see what happens with this. I'd love to see this get some traction. Make sure you leave a like, hit that Fonzarelli, and then also share the content with people who are like-minded, such as yourself, so that people who would enjoy something like this, and you share with them, and then they'll share it with them. On and on and on it goes. That's the best way that you can support the content that I'm putting out here. So thanks so much for tuning into this latest installment of excitement on Mustachioed Reactions. I'm your host, Travis Finley on the Ubercaste. Until next time.